for Lover, and welcome to episode 3 of The Link Up. Today I have a very special guest in the house. She is here to talk about her health, well-being and weight loss journey. I've known her for over a decade and her older sister is one of my dear friends. So welcome Faustina Tuala.
Hello, thank you.
Also warmly known as Faus. So yeah, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Gosh, I've been watching your journey on social media and even just the culmination of where you're at now and the fact that you're still going, but even from when it started, it's been really exciting. So before we get into the whole episode, do you want to maybe just introduce yourself and a bit about your background?
Yeah, sure. My name's Faustina Tuala. Known to all my close friends as Faus. At work, I'm Tina. And at home with the Sibs is Phoebe. I was born here in New Zealand. I'm third eldest of six of us. We're all born here in New Zealand. Mum and Dad were both born in Samoa. So Mum's villages, Alesa and Vailoa.
Cool.
Dad's from Leova'a. And they both migrated to New Zealand early 70s in hopes for a better life for all of us. So yeah. It's just about me, a bit about me.
We're also going to be, discussing your mini bypass surgery as well. So before we get into all of that, I guess, do you want to tell us a bit about what led you to the space of wanting to get surgery and go on this health journey?
Yeah, sure. So, you know already, but pretty much through primary to high school, I was really sporty. So I actually haven't had weight issues my whole life. It just happened to be when I finished high school, when I stopped playing. So I was going through just life experience pretty much from after high school up until last year. And that's when all my weight gain and everything with holistic well-being just started going down for me.
Right.
I just made that decision, just based off the struggles that I was going through with my weight at the time, and just sort of years of failing diet after diet and not being able to just drop the weight. Yeah, so that I did a bit of research and then made that decision. So
because I know this, I just want to bring it up. When a lot of people start gaining weight, it tends to be because there's trauma involved or a really hard environment or even depression or mental health, issues that they're navigating and walking out. But for you, that wasn't necessarily the case, right?
No. Yeah. I was just one of those having fun, living life, obviously in the wrong way, just picked up bad habits.
Yeah.
Got really unmotivated and really lazy. So just years of doing the same thing. Led to obviously the decision that I made. So when you were at your heaviest, was that when you decided, or was it more so a gradual realization that you knew something had to change? No, it was actually when I was at my heaviest.
Okay.
I was like, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Because in that last year, before I had surgery,
right,
when I was at my heaviest, that's when, I went and started getting all my medical checkups.
Right.
And that's when I was starting to find out stuff, like things that I had picked up, illnesses and stuff, and I was like, oh no.
And this was from you just getting to a stage of being bigger and I guess all the extra weight you're carrying on your structure.
Yeah.
Right.
And just, every day, activities, just quality of living was deteriorating.
Right.
Yeah.
And like you said before, you were trying different ways to lose weight.
Yeah.
So this wasn't your first option in terms of going for the mini bypass, but you were actually trying to do different things or different types of ways of shedding the weight. What did that look like for you?
Oh, that was just... So Gabe, my little brother, he's like a personal trainer as well.
Yeah.
So he was always trying to get all of us to work out together.
Yeah, and your family is quite sporty.
Yeah,
and
everyone's
very
quite
active.
sporty and active. Yeah, so he was always trying to get us all like in the gym together. But yeah, it was just a lot of dieting, like even fasting, trying to do fasting, keto. Just tried
None
everything,
of it worked.
and yeah, just tried shakes on its own. Nothing worked.
When you decided to do the mini bypass, can you explain to our viewers and our listeners what that is and what it entails?
So the surgery the procedure I took, it's quite a new one. So I actually went in to my appointment with the surgeon wanting the sleeve, which is the most common way of getting weight loss surgery. And then, he introduced this new one called the single anastomosis mini bypass.
Right.
And that's where I don't know how to explain it, but they pretty much just grab a part of your small intestine and route it to your esophagus area and bypass the tummy.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so they didn't actually cut anything out like a sleeve.
No, yeah. Because that's what I've always heard is that with the sleeve, like you actually have to get something cut out.
Cut out, yeah. So that's not the case with the bypass, mini bypass. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's more like simple, effective, and it's safer.
Right.
So that's how I
decided to go down that route. Yep. What was your mental state at the time of like choosing to do this for your health journey?
So when I was going through the decision making for it, I actually didn't tell anyone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I kept it to myself. I didn't even tell mum, dad, or any of the siblings.
Yeah.
Just because, I wanted to focus on, like, if I want to do it, then I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I don't want anyone's input.
Right.
Yeah. I just did all the research on my own, and then told mum and dad and everyone else after I already booked it in. And I think before I made the decision, I was in denial. Like, I didn't know if I wanted to go ahead.
Yeah.
And then I just did a lot of research, looked at a lot of other girls' journeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's where I decided I'll do this.
Were there any complications or any times where you felt regret at getting it done?
Yeah, definitely. Like immediately, probably like 3 months post-op, I went through complications. I think I was in hospital for over a month and a half.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I wasn't eating, wasn't drinking, so I just had no energy. I was vomiting like over 6-7 times a day.
Oh, wow.
And, it was like
intense.
nothing, so it was like bile. Yeah. And then I ended up in hospital, and that's when I was like, oh, I regret this.
Yeah.
Because it was during like COVID standard time, so
right.
I couldn't have any visitors, so I was on my own for that whole period. That's pretty much the only complication. I think they found that I had no nutrients in my body, so that's why I was so, like, I had no energy.
Yeah. And how did that affect your, I guess, your well-being, but also just you as a whole?
Yeah, it affected me quite a lot. During that time, 3 months post-op, I didn't have a relationship with God.
Right.
So I didn't have, I just didn't, I thought I was alone on that journey. So, I mean, I'm lucky I had my family who have been supportive. But during the time when I was on my own, it was it affected me a lot, made me regret the decision.
What was it that enabled you to actually think, I'm going to move forward and I'm going to keep pushing through this to get to my actual goals?
I'm going to be honest, it was my family. So they just remained solid, like with the support foundation throughout the whole entire journey. When I came out, I got a lot better and then just started progressing slowly. And then just obviously results from my slow progression was motivating me to keep going. Because obviously when I was down, I was in a regretful mind state. I was almost depressed.
Yeah.
And they just always encouraged me, like, you've done this, so keep going. And there were just always a positive light around it as well. Yeah.
So now you're a lot healthier.
Yeah.
And you've been training. What was the motivation for all of that?
Just seeing the progression and results, all the non-scale victories as well.
Yeah.
Those are my favourite. Just seeing little things that I was able to do now that I couldn't do a year ago or a few months ago. So that's pushed me to just keep going.
And so if I can ask, like, how much have you lost and what were you at your heaviest and to your current, I guess?
Yeah. So my heaviest, I was at 173.
Right.
And I'm sitting at exactly 99 now.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so
That's
I've finally
like
hit
so
doubles.
cool. Wow.
So yeah.
It's like such an achievement to have lost that much weight, but like you said, it's not even about the weight loss, it's about a lot of the non-scale victories.
Yep.
So what are those? Because I mean, I see NSV a lot of the time hashtagged, but what does that look like?
That's just all the like victories that I've struggled with in the past that I can now do. Just simple thing like tying my shoelace.
Right.
You know those white plastic chairs?
Yeah.
Just being able to sit down in one of those properly without like worrying that it's going to break. Just fitting into a normal bath towel, like just stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah, just little things that other people don't know we struggle with, but we would have come out of.
And when you're at your biggest, you were trying to lose weight. Why do you think, especially as Polynesians, because we're always dieting and we're always yo-yoing, why do you think it never works for us?
It's a good question. I think it just comes down to, I don't know, I've talked to like a lot of girls who are struggling and lots of them have come back with like time management and just not knowing what to do. So like a lot of girls just don't know where to start and just don't know how to start. So I think it's comes down to like lack of knowledge of where to begin or where to start. Even just with eating, not knowing what to do, what the right nutrition plans are. Yeah. And then also whatever is available, just the financial part of things is like it's so expensive to eat healthier and to join up to gym programs and stuff. So yeah, all of that is a big factor for us.
True. That actually makes a lot of sense. I think because as well, you know, our lifestyles are very sedentary now, whereas back in the islands where we're from, our lifestyles were very active. So we all were in whatever village, family and community we're in. We had a part to play. We did things in the home and we all worked on whatever farm or area of land that our family had, and there was always something to do because we were doing a lot of things with our hands, whereas now like we have jobs where we sit at a desk or where we're not out in the sun like you know for 8 hours a day.
Technologies
and,
taking over,
and while there is so much beauty in that, the downside is our people who are, I guess, not as active anymore are now starting to balloon, especially because we're not eating off the land as much. Things are pretty processed. So it can be kind of daunting, and especially because I know for myself, who's also on a health journey, but not quite at like, I'm doing the diet thing and it has been a real yo-yo for me. And I think I've really struggled with the fact that between trying to manage my emotions or whatever I'm navigating in my everyday life, on top of that, I have to think about trying to get my body healthy again. And it's overwhelming and it can be really daunting.
Definitely.
And I think, I guess in terms of women who aren't really sure, like you said, there's so many who are unsure, what would be, I guess, some things that you would be able to encourage them to do or to look at to just maybe get off, I guess, get off the seat and actually go out and do something?
So there's like, obviously it just comes down to your own personal goals, and I think a lot of us tend to just set, when we're first starting, just set a really high goal, and then when we fail that goal, it discourages us. So just start off with something basic, like simple, set a simple goal, something achievable, just get your momentum and your confidence to keep going. even just something like going for a walk 2 or 3 times,
Yeah.
just 30 minutes of your day, like every day. Start something like that, and then
Was it a mindset shift, or was it the surgery that actually allowed you to step out into being able to change your habits?
it was a bit of both.
Okay.
I won't lie. So with the surgery, obviously it's allowed me to drop that weight and continue to drop it, so I'm able to keep pushing. But also there's a lot of psychological factors that you have to put in place. Like I'm still dealing with the food side of things, so old habits that I had, because the weight loss is really quick. It happens so fast. My mind's still a bit delayed.
Right.
So I'm still trying to learn how to, pick up and sort of keep up with my weight loss as well.
Right.
My habits and everything.
In the sense that when you mean delayed, do you mean as in your habits haven't fully changed, or you've had to change according to your body, but your mind hasn't caught up?
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've had to change, but my body's still, like, I'm still moving really slow. Sorry, it's easier for me to visualize it, but
Yeah. And so in terms of like food and stuff, old addictions, whether it was fast food or whatever, do you still get those same cravings even now after the surgery?
nah, not as much.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
My cravings are like all the sugary drinks, fizzy drinks, juices and stuff, and I purposely just keep away from that.
Okay.
Those
So
full
that's,
sugar
is that
stuff.
more your own determination to stay away from that stuff?
Yeah. Well, I can consume that stuff.
Yeah.
I have had fizzy drinks and stuff, but I try and stay away from it just because of the addiction. I know
Right,
it'll come back if I have to. So.
And with the surgery, you've lost a stack of weight. How has that made you feel overall?
Oh, it's like the best decision I reckon that I've ever made.
Okay.
It's a big decision, like a life-changing decision. So I've got no regrets now. Obviously, it's been a big shift, my whole holistic well-being, not just physical. And this journey has been more to me than the physical. It's improved my spiritual, mental, social as well. So,
That's
best
awesome.
decision I've made. Yeah.
So going back to your surgery, what was the process and how did you go about it? Because like you said, some people don't know or don't have any clue on how to even get this. And in some ways, I believe this is a life-saving surgery because it can actually bring hope when someone feels extremely hopeless in their health situation or their health journey. So could you elaborate a bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So for myself, I was in that situation where I didn't know what to do. So I just literally hopped on Google and looked up weight loss surgery.
Yeah.
The first one popped up, clicked it, and just rang the clinic and just said, how can I start the process? So if you got to book in your first consultation to meet the surgeon. And then there's like heaps of different appointments you got to meet before they can secure a date.
Right.
For the financial side of things, you can actually access your KiwiSaver.
Oh, okay.
If you don't have any other way of doing it. You can access your KiwiSaver through hardship. And then they've got like medical finance options. You can use your savings, that all has to be paid, obviously, before surgery is confirmed.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And how much are people looking at if they're wanting, because you did it privately, did you say?
Yeah, I went private.
How much are people looking at?
For my particular surgery, it was about 24.5K.
Yeah.
But that didn't include all the pre-op appointments where you're going to meet surgeons, and you're going to meet psychologists, counsellors, nutritionalists,
And was that because they have to prep you for the type of surgery you're getting?
Yeah. So they'll interview you, and psychologists will interview you, see if you're doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And then you meet with a nutritionalist who will tell you like how many weeks they want you to prep pre-op for.
Right.
On the shakes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And why the shakes? Because I've heard this from people that they do shakes, but what is the logic, I guess, behind it?
So it's Optifast. Yeah. I'm not sure if you've heard of that. It's a VLCD, so very low calorie diet.
Okay.
So they put you on that, and it's just for the reason of shrinking your liver, so that when you go under the knife, it's easier to do all the
Right.
surgical
So
stuff.
there's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
you have to
You gotta
do
prep, so-
before.
yeah, I think I did pre-op for a month. So just
Okay.
shakes, 3-4 shakes a day for a month, yeah.
And so you would have seen weight loss during that time.
Yeah.
Was there anything in you that thought, oh, I can just do this for, like, I can continue to do this until I get to my goal weight?
No.
And I don't, no?
No, because that wasn't sustainable for
Right.
me. It was like I was dreading it every day.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, yeah, that would have been a fail for me.
Why were you dreading it every day? Was it the lack of being able to eat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Just always really hungry and just getting angry. So
Oh, okay,
yeah.
fair.
Being hangry at home. My poor family.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in terms of your mental health, from when you started this journey and you knew you needed the surgery and you wanted the surgery for your life to now, and having navigated all the bits in the middle, from the regrets to the actual surgery to even the shakes, what has that looked like for you?
Oh, it's been a massive change. Like, if you're like a lot of my closer friends and family at home, they always tell me every day how big of a difference they can see from the start to where I am at now. Yeah, just probably one word is just a lot more happier now. I'm able to be confident now and just be myself.
Has there been a defining moment where you've been like, I'm happier now, or was it very gradual?
Yeah, definitely. So this year I've just changed in a way of allowing my spiritual journey. So just creating a closer relationship with God now. I think since February this year. So that's been the big game changer for me.
Wow.
Is just being filled with a lot more peace and just strength. Yeah.
And what brought that about? Was it something that happened, or was it part of this health journey that you found faith, or you reconnected with your faith? I mean, sorry, I'm not sure. Did you grow up in the for our viewers and stuff?
Yeah. So I grew up in Catholic church. Family are all very. Our faith is really strong at home. But no, it actually happened out of the blue. Like I actually had no plans to change.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, this year I actually wanted to go harder with partying and going out and just like glow up season, wanting to just do whatever. Just connected with close friends at work.
Yeah.
And just from there it just happened. So.
Oh wow, cool. Yeah. That's awesome. So you've really started digging deeper into your faith since March. How has that affected how you feel about your health and weight loss and the journey of everything that you've been doing?
Yeah. So obviously, although like I am happy with where I'm at now, there's still a lot of stuff that I have to deal with, like mental challenge barriers, like in my own head. Just using like prayer and strength from God, just building that relationship with Him, and that just takes away from all the other negative stuff that I have to deal with.
Right.
Because like I said, it just gives me peace and joy, like focusing on that rather than what I'm going through, all the negative things. Yeah.
Awesome. Also on your health journey, because you went from 173 kgs to now 99, what has that been like on your body physically, like in terms of your skin, and has it have you been able to like tighten your skin up or anything like that? What does that look like?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of loose skin, especially in the tummy and like back area. It's actually a lot of weight just sitting there. So I am looking into like skin removal or just a safer alternative of skin tightening or something like that. So hopefully that's in the books for next year.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's great.
That will be a big weight off.
Yeah. Because does that cause issues, having the excess skin?
Not for me. No,
okay,
that's
cool.
fine. Like I just wear our tummy tucks and stuff like that. But obviously if I keep dropping weight, it's going to hang more and more. So I'll be looking at getting that all removed. Yeah.
That's fair. And I mean, you are at your lightest right now. do you still want to continue to lose weight, or is it more so about maintaining now?
I'm still wanting to drop probably another 10, 15.
Okay.
And then it's just maintaining and toning from
Right.
there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what does your everyday life look like now in terms of routine from back then to now?
Oh, back then there was no exercise whatsoever.
Yep.
It'll just be work Monday to Friday, look forward to getting wasted on the weekend, and then going back to like a demotivated mindset.
Right.
Now, get up like 4:30 a.m.
Wow.
every morning.
Okay.
Yeah, hit the gym with a couple of mates, and then head to work. After work, hit the gym or get into Bible readings on a Monday, Tuesday, and then on the weekends just get into training, more training. So it's a lot of training now.
I've heard this said by numerous people.
Yeah.
It hasn't ever been true for me, but apparently the more you gym, the more you learn to love it. Yeah. Is that true for you? Because it's not for me.
Is it not for you? No. Yes, yeah, because I go with like a group of friends,
right.
So we all just keep each other accountable. If one of us is tired, then we'll make sure, come on, let's all do this together. So I guess it's just finding people to bounce off and do it together as a group. And have my siblings as well. Right. They're always there to...
Yeah. I love watching your siblings do stuff together. When you guys do stuff together, it's so fun.
Yeah.
When you did this, did you ever expect to be an inspiration to not only our Polynesian community, but just other women who were looking for a way to get motivated?
Not at the time, because I did have those doubts in my mind to be public about it, just because of the stigma behind weight loss surgery itself. So I had to talk to my siblings, ask mum and dad what they thought about me going public.
Yeah.
And I still remember when I posted the first photo of me of bariatric surgery, I was really anxious about it.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't at that time, but now I'm really happy I'm public and I'm sharing it, just because I know there's so many girls and men struggling out there.
Yeah, and even I remember when you posted that, I was like, wow. And immediately I thought, shucks, will she get hate for people saying, oh, that's like fake weight loss?
Yeah.
Do you know how they say that? And I'm just like, it's hard no matter which way you go, guys. Like, have you had any of that kind of pushback?
Fortunately, no, I haven't.
That's amazing.
I haven't had anything yet. Yeah. But just try and be a bit authentic with my journey and just share what I want to share.
What has been some of the feedback from women who do contact you, just talking about your journey and how it's encouraged them in some way?
Yeah. A lot of it is just that it's opened up another pathway for them to consider.
Yeah.
Because a lot of girls didn't know that was a possible route, and so me sharing my journey, it's opened that avenue for them to look down and
That's awesome.
And know that there's another alternative that they could look at.
In terms of if someone, like you said, you started by Google, but would you recommend certain places to contact or connect with or call who might have more information if people are wanting to look at this particular procedure to help them with their journeys?
So I personally went through Auckland Weight Loss Surgery. That's the name of the clinic. Yeah. And my surgeon, his name was Dr. Richard Barbour. There's actually a New Zealand Bariatric Women's Facebook group, and that's where I joined, and you just can ask any questions, and all the women on there are really helpful.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
From people's non-scale victories, before and after pics, prices of surgery. Yeah, so there's a group.
And that's on Facebook, did you say?
That's on Facebook, yeah. It's just New Zealand Bariatric Women's, yeah.
Amazing. And are there a lot of other women who have done this surgery that on those pages that have had similar results to you?
Yeah, heaps, yeah. There's hundreds, and everyone just shares. It's a safe space, so everyone just shares. You can ask any questions you have that you have doubts with. Yeah. Yeah, and everyone just shares their journey on there. Yeah.
What was the most challenging part for you?
I think, sorry, this might sound a bit cheesy, but because I had more of a struggle and more difficulties pre-op, that any challenges I've had during the post-op, it outweighs it.
Right.
So like all the little stuff I've dealt with, like mental barriers, trying to keep up with my physical weight loss, that hasn't been a big difficulty. But if it was anything, probably the eating, just trying to stick to the portion sizes and stuff like that. Remembering to eat sometimes, because some days I can eat a little bit more, and then other days I won't eat at all, and I have to remind myself to eat.
Yeah, is that a side effect of the surgery that you don't eat as much, or is it?
No, that's just personally mine.
Okay.
I know everyone's different, but that's just what I have every day. Every day is different for me, so
Right.
yes. Some days I can have like a whole Subway, and then the next day I won't be hungry at all.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And did your appetite change when you got the surgery?
Yes, like immensely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I could only have like 2 teaspoons of a soup, and then I'd be full.
Right.
Whereas now I can eat normal now, like normal portion sizes. Yeah.
And do you have fears that you could potentially go back to being the size you were previously?
Oh no.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
And is it because you know the surgery has done what it's needed to for your life, but you've also changed?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, because I know I've changed. I don't ever want to go back to that
Right.
old lifestyle.
Right.
That's given me enough motivation to just keep pushing and just change for the better going forward. Yeah.
Cool. That's so awesome. Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to leave with our viewers and listeners?
I guess like if this has opened up a avenue, like another option for you, or you're sitting on the fence to have surgery, just do your research. Just talk to people, keep your circle smaller, just so you can focus on your decision. And just pray on it. Like I didn't do that when I was starting my journey, but for people that are going to go through it now, just do a lot of your research, follow other girls who have done the journey or guys, and then you'll be sweet.
That's so amazing.
Do it for you, do it for your happiness.
Shout out. Oh, wow. I have no other words to really share because I really just wanted to learn about your journey and what doing this particular surgery entailed, but also how much it's transformed your life. So thank you so much, Phoebe, for coming on and sharing. I think people are really gonna love actually learning more, because it's sometimes, especially in our communities and in our Pasifika cultures and our Māori cultures, we are people who hold a lot of pride for our cultures and for our families, but talking about these type of topics can be really difficult, and especially when you're unsure of it but want to kind of potentially look at it, but there's fear around it, you can stay stuck in the do I not, do I? So thank you so much, because it takes a lot of courage and a lot of bravery to share your story, and you've been really vulnerable, especially with your social media followers, which reminds me, what are your social media I guess pages, so that people can actually look up your journey?
Oh, just my full name, Faustina Tuala.
Okay, cool.
On TikTok, Instagram.
Awesome. That's great. Then that means if anyone wants to contact you or even see your journey, they can definitely go onto your social media pages. That's awesome. So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's been an honour.
So that's our episode for today, guys. I hope you learned a lot. I definitely did. I'm really excited for you guys to actually go and follow Faustina on her journey. So that's Faustina Tuala on TikTok and Instagram. So thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, email us at info@thelinkup.co.nz. Otherwise, we'll see you next time for episode 4. Bye.